Dude, road trip. Nice to see you. How you doing, man?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Dude, I'm stoked.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. Yeah, I was
Nice
like, what? I gotta wear the shirt, right? Took it out.
Dude, that looks good. That looks good. Nice, man. Cheers. All right, well, off we go to Nagano. This is crazy. This is a little crazy. This is a little bit insane, but I'm very stoked. You guys, maybe you can move the seat back a little bit if you need to. Good. No, I'm not sure.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm really excited to head out back to, I forgot, Okaya. The name of the town is called Okaya. It is Japan's once center of sericulture. Do you know what sericulture is?
I've never heard that.
Sericulture.
Sarah.
S-E-R-I. It's the art of silk making.
Oh.
Sericulture, yes. You learn of silkworm growing.
Okay.
And so on. And so this record shop where we're headed today, Cellar Records, I've brought you guys there before, but it was such an exquisite place. I'm excited to take somebody else there to actually like prove that it exists because it was such an exquisite shop. I really am excited to go there again. So on a whim, I just said, let's go out there again. It's about a 2.5 hour trip. Maybe if we haul ass, it's 2 hours there. And if we hit traffic on the way back, it could be like 5 hours getting back. So this could be really insane. This is actually Yasukuni Dori. This is Yasukuni Dori, which goes to Yasukuni Jinja, which is the controversial shrine.
For the war dead.
Yes. Yeah. And
your new prime minister.
Well, she may not be the prime minister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're walking it back a little bit. Komeito Party has left the LDP and they're prepared to make an alliance with some other team, and it doesn't necessarily guarantee that she will become the next prime minister. In fact, I think it's not looking good for her. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Because but I read that she's this hard right, populist type leader who's like, yeah, I'll visit that shrine, I don't care.
Japan's Iron Lady.
Yeah,
they call
she wants to be Margaret Thatcher, but she was a heavy metal band drummer.
Yes.
Which is so awesome.
She was. I saw her on a headline on the front page of a paper somewhere, and she's behind a drum kit, and it says Takeichi-san takes a hard line on foreigners. And then somebody in the comments wrote, they should remove an S from that foreigners so that it says she takes a hard line on Foreigner. The band Foreigner. Yeah. I don't know if she's like a Slayer kind of speed metal drummer, or if she's like
that would be a sight.
Yeah, right.
Why doesn't Japan elect Taro Kono?
Who's Taro Kono? You know better than me. Bryce being,
he was,
can I say, half Japanese?
Yeah, right. Yeah. He was the foreign minister for a lot of years under Abe.
Okay. Oh, because you're kind of connected to, can we?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Hold on, let's keep this going. Hold on, okay, this is going to turn into a little interview for a little bit. This is my homie Bryce Suzuki, who's been featured on Tokyo Record Style in the last video that maybe you saw, and he's visiting from overseas, and he's visiting from the States, and he's originally from Minneapolis.
Yeah, born Hawaii.
That's what I want to say. Born Hawaii.
Minnesota.
And he's got a father who's one of these Japanese expats who's like grew up in Hawaii, and I haven't been to Hawaii, but stories of the Japanese diaspora in Hawaii are well known and strong, and the cuisine that's there and the culture that's there, they made their own name and their own everything there. So Bryce comes from that legacy. And so then, if I can mention, you're like a practicing attorney, and you're part of a delegation that comes to Tokyo semi-frequently. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's called the U.S.-Japan Council.
Okay.
And it was started by Dan Inouye from Hawaii, the famous senator Dan Inouye. The Honolulu airport's named after him.
Okay, wow.
Inouye Airport.
Educate me. I'm just embarrassed. I don't know.
Yeah, so he, Japanese American, Hawaiian, represented Hawaii as senator. He was really a key part of the reparations that were paid to Japanese Americans who were imprisoned.
Wow.
And during the Reagan administration, they actually made cash reparations to Japanese Americans who were put in the internment camps. And he was really instrumental in that, well liked in the Senate, known to be gregarious and a deal maker, and just all around solid dude. He was like a war hero too. There was a Japanese American infantry division called the 442nd.
Yeah, I know about them. Yeah, and they were celebrated. They went far on the front lines of Germany, and they came back war heroes, and they were like spat on and not celebrated.
So this is gonna sound cheesy as hell, but growing up, so we moved from Hawaii when I was, like 7 years old to the Midwest, and I was the only minority of any kind in my town. And when Karate Kid came out, Karate, Mr. Miyagi was also a member of the 442nd.
Oh, no way!
So there's that scene that,
Whoa!
He gets like crazy drunk.
It's a real true story. Sorry.
Well, that part of it is, the 442nd is.
Wow.
But Mr. Miyagi gets crazy drunk on his like anniversary night or whatever, and he's off in the 442nd fighting, and his wife is in an internment camp and has complications during delivery and dies because there's no medical care. And I went home and asked my parents, I'm like, well, what was this? Like, she was like in prison or something? And they kind of educated me about the whole thing.
Wow.
Which was, that movie's actually a good movie. As cheesy as it is, it's actually a good movie.
I'm sure, yeah.
Especially for a Japanese American kid, just, trying to, make my way as kind of the weird, like, all the time I get, what are you?
Right.
I'd be like, I don't have Japanese. But,
can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
I want to hear the whole thing, but I watched a drama series on NHK TV in Japanese some years ago called The Americans, and I don't watch so much Japanese TV, and I was transfixed by this series. It was about 2-hour long series, and it had Kusanagi-san from SMAP was one of the main characters, and probably a whole cast of great actors. And it was the story of the Japanese families who went to LA and set up essentially Little Tokyo, and who were the pioneers of Japanese farm community in Los Angeles. And it's the story of the first generation that goes there, and all of these families and friends and cousins and anybody who was Japanese got tapped into this family going to LA. And this had to have been, I guess, in the 40s or something like this. And then the story of them being interned in the camps.
Oh, wow, cool.
And the story kind of starts with these two sisters, and one of them leaves to Kyoto, another one goes to Tokyo, and I think one of the sons goes to America. So you get these three different perspectives, one who's in the war, one who's in Kyoto safe, and one who's like this, and the whole story unfolds. And there were some really meaningful parts that really changed my perspective about Japan and about actually my own personal identity. And because I think when you're one of these people where you don't really even know how to answer that question, what are you?
Yeah, what are you?
Right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be right. And to a kid, right?
Yeah.
To a kid, that's gotta be. Yeah, I worry about my kids. Not worry, but I hope they can navigate that. I thought the only way that you could experience a feeling like that is to have one parent from one place and one parent from another place. But I can tell you that you're a suburban white kid from the middle of the place where you went,
Minnesota,
and you come and live here for 20 years, and you kind of lose track of, you don't know how to answer that question. Where's your permanent residence?
Yeah.
Or, you can't totally feel at home. So let me just mention this real quick. The sons go to the war. They get interned in these camps. There's one scene where these fat, ugly GIs are serving the Japanese the slop on the plates. The notion is that the Japanese don't want to eat this. They're accustomed to their own cuisine, and which is so sophisticated, and this pile of mush is like the most unappetizing thing, and they ask to take over the mess hall, and the GIs are like, be our guests, and so they start cooking in the kitchen, and then they start, farming this hard land, and they basically make this little Japanese utopia on the hard, rock lands of Montana, and they build this little utopia there, and to win their freedom from the camps, they went and volunteered to fight.
As American citizens.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a dark part of American history, and not a lot of people know about it.
George Takei is a loud mouthpiece for the cause of it. I know he was. He or his parents must have been.
He was there as a kid.
Yeah, he was in the camps as a kid, right?
Yeah.
George Takei from Star Trek.
I
love.
Oh yeah. I think he was in Oklahoma.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, you might. Yeah.
I think he was at a camp there.
Oh, get out. Oh,
yeah.
No. Okay. All right.
It was in Oklahoma. I think
I hear him. I've heard him say Oklahoma before. It sounds like Oklahoma. I can hear him saying it. Yeah. So in this dramatization, and I want to get back to this, but in this dramatization, the character goes to fight with the Allies against the Germans, and his family is cheering for him as an American to go and fight for freedom. They liberated some maybe Czech city, or I'm probably way off.
I don't
but it was like they saved a village of hundreds of women and children, and there's a couple of like noteworthy battles that they were the heroes.
Oh yeah, they were the most decorated unit in the war.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
it doesn't surprise me, honestly. It doesn't surprise me. And then I think like one of the brothers or one of the cousins doesn't survive, and the other one comes back, and they're walking down the parade in Washington D.C. with their uniforms, and they're getting shouted at slurs, and it's just heartbreaking, right? The end of the war comes, and you hear the stories of the bombs, and life is still going on in the camps, and on the loudspeaker, the emperor comes on. Nobody's ever heard the emperor's voice before, and he says, "This is emperor, the emperor of Japan, coming to tell you that the war is now over, and I will no longer be the father of Japan. I am abdicating from my divinity," or whatever that term of surrender they made. And all the people in the camp, all the old ladies that were there, all fell to their knees and started crying. And just in that moment, I realized that was the most psychological, strategic move that they could have done. And I don't know if the world would be the way that it is now had they not required this term of surrender, because they robbed the Japanese of their culture.
Yeah.
And it was very, very fucked up. And I also learned just recently that one of the reasons that the Japanese even allied with the Germans was not only because they had only opened their doors like 20 or 30 years earlier or 40 years earlier and wanted to get in on their own colonialism, and it wasn't like, obviously it was the military that wanted to do this, but it was the fact that they couldn't get a seat at the League of Nations or something like this. They got they were they had no dignity on the world negotiating stage. They thought maybe no choice than to toss their cards in with the wrong guys. But anyway, and apparently they had no, like the strangest of bedfellows, they had nothing in common, no shared values. Well, I don't know, but as far as a culture, I think it was purely a business transaction, if you will.
I think that's probably, look, Imperial Japan, regrettable. Even the Japanese will say, wow, we really overstepped and did some terrible things to our neighbors, which, Korea, China, still kind of, and the Philippines, you talk to the old timers, they do not like Japan. Comfort women thing.
Oh, and, exactly.
And
Nanking, and
there are wounds there that are still not sealed.
Yeah,
it's a complex history. There's this great book, those audiobooks.
The Great The course.
courses.
Okay.
It's an audiobook series. And it's like if you want to take a mini history class, the history of modern Japan, to listen to it twice. Just
Okay, I can turn me on to that, please.
yeah, just to try to understand Japan a little bit better. Frankly, try to understand my dad a little bit better.
Right.
Fascinating, but it's about a 40-hour course.
Sounds. Yeah.
And there's a professor, I think he's at Indiana University, and explains a lot. It boils down a lot of that history and explains sort of modern Japan.
So the senator again. What's his name? Dan Inouye.
Yeah. Inouye. Inouye, but I think it's pronounced Inouye.
Okay, Dan Inouye.
Yeah.
So he put this Japan.
Yeah, he puts the U.S. Japan Council together,
right?
And it's a nonprofit organization. His wife Irene was kind of the first CEO of the organization, and she ran it. She ran it when I first got involved. She's since passed away, unfortunately. But she really wanted to promote and strengthen U.S.-Japan relations at a grassroots level. It's at a people-to-people. That's where connections are made. In the 80s, that the World War II history was, still there. There were lots of anti-Japanese ads. I remember this ad growing up for Sylvania TVs, which I call Sylvania beats Sony again, and they got a Japanese guy, and they're going, and it was just really anti-Japanese ad. And then, Honda, Toyota started coming in, and the automakers kind of rode that, frankly, racist kind of perspective. Right. The Japanese are taking over. They bought some of the movie studios. And so I think they were very focused on, hey, where change happens is when people connect with each other. And so they started this organization, and they started to put together programs to actually get people from the U.S. and Japan visiting one another, talking with each other. And they really grew it into, and it still is, the giant organization. So I was part of a delegation called the Japanese American Leadership Delegation in 2019, and the USJC, in coordination with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, basically they select 10 Japanese American leaders, whatever that means.
Don't sell yourself short. That's who we're rolling with, guys.
No.
Okay. Now, come on now, Bryce.
It's
Careful, I'll follow Bryce on all the places.
and they fly you to Japan for 10 days, and they coordinate meetings. So we met with Princess Takamata.
Wow.
At her palace, which was really cool. She was educated, I think, at Cambridge, so she speaks perfect English with a British accent.
I've photographed, I think, her, but one of the princesses before, and she's
very engaging.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I photographed her once.
We met with Taro Kono, who was then the Minister of Foreign Affairs, went out to dinner with him, went to karaoke with him and his staff, which is great. One of his staff members did Michael Jackson's Beat It like nothing I've ever seen before.
Amazing.
I did Director at Rio. Yeah, because of course.
Yeah, sure.
We met with Shinzo Abe was the prime minister at that time. This was in 2019.
That was his maybe second run. Yes. How do I say second run? No, but
he's out for a while. He was definitely has his second
Yeah.
part of it. This is prior to his assassination, which is crazy.
But do you guys know that? Do you guys know that the prime minister of Japan was an ex-prime minister of Japan was assassinated by a maniac with a homemade shotgun. He was doing campaigning for somebody in his party, and at a rally.
I wish he was in Kyoto, I remember. Yes.
Sorry.
Anyway, met with the prime minister's office, and that morning he got called at a diet session. So we didn't actually meet with Shinzo Abe. We met with his staff. He met with the Minister of Education. We met with the sports people because the Olympics were coming up, and then we went down to Kyushu, Kumamoto, met with the governor of Kumamoto, who was educated in Nebraska, actually.
Okay.
Sadakono went to Georgetown.
Okay.
I think he has aspirations for being a prime minister, and hopefully he gets it because it's just really pragmatic, well-liked, good guy.
Let's be friends for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I might need a special phone call at some point.
So, but it was a great, and like the people in my group were just incredible. Like, I think amongst the group there were 5 doctorates, 5 of the 10 had doctorate degrees. If you count Juris Doctorate, like a lawyer's.
Yes.
Just really impressive group of people, and really just down to earth and cool. But they keep in touch. And once a year they have this USJC meeting. They kind of go back and forth between the States and Tokyo, and I pretty much go every year. And I come to Japan at least once or twice a year.
Right. And you have other reasons besides just this to come to Japan. But like, I want to know, what about, because your children have studied here and maybe lived here or will live here and are kind of coming back and forth. And we've had the pleasure to meet a couple times. So it's maybe the 3rd or 4th time we met. Well, I want to know, like, when you go meet these guys and you're part of this leadership delegation, the meetings that you host, like, what are the programs or what are the projects that come out of those meetings? Way down the food chain here is our little volunteer project. So my mind, and I'm an American and the other part of our project is Japanese, and it's a photo giving project where we are often looking for ways to, I want to contribute to the country that has given me a life here. I didn't stick my neck out for anybody until this giant earthquake came. I faked my community service hours, Bryce, I'm ashamed to say, in high school, but thankfully I discovered that, like, putting your talents to good use is like one of the greatest things you can do with your time. And I really admire that you're doing this work. And I occasionally hobnob with lobbyists and the embassy people, and but I don't really talk this language, and I don't really fit in, and I need, I couldn't possibly be trusted with a budget. But I would love to do a project, and I'd love to get something off the ground with a team of people. Are there hands-on projects that you can know about and can see come to life through this?
The answer is yes. And when Irene Inoue passed away, when it shifted to the new CEO, there was more of an emphasis on those kinds of international relations, a Tomodachi initiative, where they take the group of young people and bring them to Japan and vice versa. But in terms of actionable, like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, I'm sure there are a number of them. I need to get you hooked up.
You should. Are you going to inherit the legacy of this woman, of the wife, of the spouse? Are you going to become
Oh, no, the leader of the organization?
Yeah.
No. I mean, that's a full-time job. But the current CEO actually comes from more of an activist background for the Asian American community, and so she's, I think, much more focused on those kinds of initiatives, but she'll be in keeping with the history of the organization, which has done some incredible things. But yeah, we need to get you linked up.
No, you should definitely continue with this, and I wish you well with it, or whether you pass the torch or you keep going with it. I'm happy to see that develop. So let's tie a bow on that nice little interview. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Bryce, for sharing about that on screen. Let's go for it. Let's go. It's awesome. It's awesome. That's great. We'll let it go, man. And man, but really inspiring, really interesting, and I hope you continue with the U.S.-Japan Council, and did I get it right? Council, yes. And let's keep going on this trip. We're doing some cultural Japanese-American exchange right this second. Yeah, stay tuned for more. We're just getting going on a road trip to Nagano, to Okaya City, and the next stop is a little service area. I didn't have my coffee. I see you got yours. But I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you guys what we were seeing. There's the mountains off here in the distance. And enjoy the scenery. Cute music. coffee out. Nice, dude. That was good. That was good.
It's pretty good. You know, I've been with the merch.
Service area, S.A. service area, a place where we can get gasoline, refill on coffee, and some of them are super crazy deluxe and some of them are rather modest. I think I brought you here before on my motorcycle sidecar adventure, one of these types of service areas, but I just thought I'd show you one little funny facet of this one. This one's called Ishikawa, and it's just one to get your coffee at when you're heading out of Tokyo. All the trucks are here, and often there are a little motorcycle gang, maybe getting ready to go camping. Look at Bryce's awesome t-shirt. The human algorithm. That's Tokyo record style on brand. And I want to show you these crazy vending machines. We have just the standard issue vending machine.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice camera. Nice Leica M6. Dude, silver version. With the red, nice soft touch. That's a good looking camera, man. With the Summicron?
No, so this is the Sumerit.
Sumerit, okay.
Which is, it was kind of like the lesser brother of the Summicron.
They're all amazing.
But it is the sharpest lens, and because I do more like street photography, I don't need like an f1.2.
Yeah.
And
beautiful.
so it's
what a camera, man.
Yeah, no, I love
camera.
shooting with this.
Dude, busting out the Leica film camera. Okay, so this is it. Sekai no Nandake. This is the world coffee. So here's the deal. It's a machine with about a gajillion buttons on it. And it's really crazy cool. And they've got every different kind of coffee situation going on here. You can even pay with your Suica card, which you can use for your train. Maybe I'll pay with it with my phone, and you can choose from the different Kilimanjaro, mocha coffee, and you can get with cream, less sugar and cream, with sugar and cream, less sugar, with sugar, black. You can choose all of these different options, which makes it kind of fun. And then you can actually watch your coffee being made. I'm gonna go for the Kilimanjaro in honor of my buddy John Daub. I'm gonna let's see, we'll try the phone thing. I don't know, let's try it. We'll go less sugar and cream. That's like maybe a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cream. And then it's cueing me to touch the thing. I'm gonna try. Oh, I might not have any monies in there. Let's try again. Oh, okay. Bryce is gonna buy me a coffee.
Press again.
Okay. I need to charge mine up. So just got the push there. We'll have to edit that a little bit. And now this machine is gonna grind my coffee from, I doubt they're roasting the beans inside the machine, but you never know. There you go, there's the roasted beans going in the miru, and they're gonna mill the beans, and it's gonna come out right here. And there you go, they're like brewing my fresh brewed coffee for 240 yen, which is like $2. Yeah, less than. It's just pretty remarkable. This is just like, one of two, and sometimes you go into these like service areas where there's like 100 of these things. Well, okay, fine, 15, 20 of them, but there's just infinite buttons and it's infinite kinds of coffee you could choose. And I don't even know hot mocha, Beams. That's actually, that's a designer coffee. They sell records. That's on brand. Beams is a select shop in Japan that has like kind of men's select clothes, and different sort of accessories, wallets and watches and maybe silver jewelry and things like this. It's a really cool store.
They're entering the U.S. market.
Are they? Okay, all right, here comes my car. It's getting a lid put on it, all automatic. Sasuga Japan. It's coming down. And there it is, ta-da! The door opens, it's like Star Trek. That looks great, you know? Coffee, grind coffee on a mill, the real deal. So there you go. Thanks for the coffee, Bryce. Bryce is going for the iced matcha. Iced matcha latte. Very nice. Actually, the matcha latte, I think I was like crazy for matcha lattes, kind of crazy for a while. Here's some more the summertime teas, like the mugi chas and the barley teas that are really nice for in the summer. I think like Japanese families and kids prefer to drink kind of a light barley tea rather than a water, like even at the baseball field. Just as hydrating with a little bit of nice taste. Sparkling water and the usual suspects, but this is kind of interesting. You've got the blue buttons are the cold drinks, and when it's about this time of year, the red buttons come out with the hot drinks. You can actually get a hot corn soup, hot honey tea, milk tea, hot coffee, right from the vending machine. So quite cool. And then they have a little tiny kind of konbini souvenir shop that if you forgot to get souvenirs like for your family, you can pick up a couple souvenirs, or if you forgot to get something on your way out of town. But we'll show you another one because this will be the first of maybe one or two more service area stops. So this one is featuring the coffee machine, the crazy 100-button coffee machine with more and less sugar and all that jazz. So onward to Cellar Records. Off we go. To Nagano, one of Japan's 47 prefectures. We are at Suwa in the prefecture of Nagano. Suwa is next to Suwa-ko, and ko means lake in Japan, and this is the beautiful Suwako Lake here in the distance. We're at the Suwako service area here for a pit stop, and this is a really wonderful place. I think we're also, there's a couple of different cities that dot the edge of the lake. And I think maybe one is Chino and maybe one is Suwa, and don't quote me on that. But I think this is where some of Japan's technical industry is and was. I think the Voigtlander camera brand has lenses that are made somewhere around here. The Chino camera brand, which I think eventually became Voigtlander, you can find cameras that say Chino on them, and they are a Nagano brand of Japanese watches and cameras, and they are somewhere around here. So, gonna have a pit stop. We left Tokyo with enough time to arrive here early enough, just chill out before this awesome record store we're gonna go to opens. And so yeah, just killing time here in Nagano Prefecture with my homie Bryce. Amazing conversation, nice road trip. Yeah, this was fun. Yeah, the service area, Suwako service area, there's a nice one over on this side of the highway where if you're headed towards Tokyo, you can stop at this one. Maybe we'll hit it up on the way out of town. There's some cool motorcycles here. This is a Honda Clubman. This is the new Clubman, a version of my bike. This is the brand new version. This is a 350cc as opposed to the 250cc that I have. And a cool BMW, and it's a little bit chilly. So it's time for a little, maybe another coffee. And isn't it nice? Look how lovely it is out here with the low-hanging clouds. It's real nice. Hold on, let me show you. Yumi Katsura Lover's Sanctuary. Here, I declare this land as Lover's Sanctuary to impart the joy and the magic of encounters, blissful marriages, and raising a happy home. I send my blessings to your encounters and wish you a wonderful future. Since 2006, okay, so this is a lover's spot. If you want to come and have good fortune for your maybe budding love life, you need to come to the Yumi Katsura Lover's Sanctuary. Yeah, we're in the Japanese Alps, the southern Alps of Japan. And these are snow mountains, and we're in snow mountain territory. I think beyond these they're a little bit even bigger and higher, and yeah, I wish I could read some of these. I'm not so good at reading all the mountains. There's the kanji for mountain. That's the kanji for car. I'm so bad at kanjis. Nitsuyama, we can read the hiragana one. That's Tama something or other. Takabochiyama. All right, I'm showing my colors. I can speak it, but I'm not really that great at reading it. I'm not good at all, actually. But yeah, come with us as the journey continues on. Some crazy vending machines, a little Shiba Inu, great dog of Japan. Yeah, it's Konbini Central. It's Suwako rest area. The characters. I don't really want to bring the camera in here in full force, but I'll just give you a little peek and then I'll say goodbye until we come back. So yeah, there's restaurant. I can smell onsen. There's an onsen here. I can smell the onsen spring water. I wonder if you can like get an onsen bath. Matsumoto Castle. Oh, maybe we should go. Matsumoto's that close? Matsumoto's amazing. Zen Koji Temple is 97 kilometers. Matsumoto is amazing. I've been there once. And there's lots of like treats here from Nagano, all the different delicacies. I think it's famous for all kinds of, looks like grapes is probably famous here, and chestnuts. And yeah, lots of local fare that you find at the typical rest area in Japan. So I'm gonna not bother the people who are resting here any further. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest area myself. Okay, journey continues. Okay, I mentioned it being a place where watches and cameras were made, and I'm guessing this little section that I found here in the service area is where you can find local crafts that people have made, lacquerware, and I see like a telescopic camera-ish lens, and yeah, a lot of watches, and not only watches but like little accessories made out of watch parts, which is pretty cool. I don't know so well about it, but maybe these are part of Nagano's watch legacy. SPQR. I'll ask around and see if I can find out. Okay, there's a nice little food court here that I just might as well show you. I'm not sure if these fares are quite ready for, they look a bit more like lunch, but I guess no, I guess you can get them. But there's a nice little observatory, I want to call it, where you can have lunch right in front of the lake. It's very nice. Okay. And if it's a nice day, you can sit outside, and I see a few boats out there on the lake. And yeah, there's a restaurant over here. Typical service area, kind of a food court here with a couple of various cuisines. You can get noodles and sandwiches and a cafe, and then they actually have a restaurant where you can sit down and have something a little bit more restaurant-y, but it's essentially the same price and the same fare. Typical Japanese service area. Suwako. I think I'm gonna get, I'm not sure, we'll see. See lots of good stuff. I'll show you a picture here later. Okay, at the service area, I'm going for a something that I wouldn't normally go for. I feel a little bit, it's a sandwich, okay? It's just a standard, nice little baguette sandwich, almost like a banh mi, you know, Vietnamese type sandwich. But it's got saba on it, which is the blue mackerel fish, which I love. I love saba. It's kind of considered the poor man's fish, I think. It's the cheapest one you can get at the sushi, but it's salty and it's got that, it's really tasty. And so I got a saba sandwich, and I think like you might sort of scoff at the notion of having like fish for breakfast if you're from the West. It's like not a thing that we do. Fish just doesn't sound all that appetizing for breakfast, but in Japan it works, and I've fused my love for a good sandwich and baguette with my love for saba.
You love saba.
I do love saba, yeah. What's your favorite sushi, Bryce?
Tuna.
Which one? Tuna.
Maguro.
The maguro, the fatty tuna,
Yeah,
otoro.
Otoro.
Otoro, man. That's the deluxe one. Okay. Itadakimasu. Nice view here of Lake Nagano, or Lake Suwa. Having a little breakfast killing time before the record shop opens with my homie Bryce. Okay, a little snack for the road. There's odango, mochi, that are getting made right now. Or no, those are konyak. Those are konnyaku. That's not mochi. That's not rice. It's konnyaku, starch from konnyaku potato. There's takoyaki getting made over there. Konnyaku is kind of like a tofu-y sort of mochi texture-y kind of thing. It doesn't actually have much flavor, but it's quite healthy and filling. And gohei mochi, all the different sort of pounded rice. You pound rice until it turns into like a paste, and then they make it into these balls, and odango, they paste it with this soy sauce, sweet soy sauce stuff, and the black sesame, and the, what are these ones? Warabi mochi. These are really tasty. And the age mochi, the fried mochi with the nori, the seaweed on top, and just some more kind of typical Japanese fare that's really tasty. Something a little kind of sweet sushi, inari sushi. You love inari. You know, if you go to the sushi restaurants, you get the one with the tofu. What do they call that? Age tofu, the sort of fried skin of the tofu stuff, and they wrap it in rice. It's sweet and really, really tasty. Bryce is getting a little bite for the road, and we're gonna head on our way from Suwako service area. Had a nice lunch and a nice chat, and go to Cellar Records in Oyaka, Nagano. Or something?
I got
nice.
a daifuku, an apricot daifuku mochi.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I love those.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's a good looking dog. Good looking motorcycles. Clouds are hanging low. It was sprinkling on the way up here. It's cool. Fall is upon us. It's nice. I don't think I really need my stocking cap quite yet, but I brought it just to get in the vibe of autumn, so it's nice. And it's so beautiful. The clouds are like below the mountaintops. They're hanging below the mountaintops, if you can see there off in the distance. Okay, onward to Cellar. We are rolling up on Cellar Records in lovely Okaya, and if we had some Arcade Fire, that's what we'd be listening to right now because we're talking about them. And we are here, and this is a really, really amazing shop, and I freaking hope we might be, oh my god, the light's not on.
Have to break down.
Maybe I thought he said 11 o'clock.
Maybe they open at noon.
Oh my god, Bryce, this could be the ultimate.
No, man.
This could be the ultimate. Let's go see what the door says. Oh my god. If so, I might have to call the dude. Oh my god. We didn't check. We didn't check. We drove 3.5 hours and we didn't check. Okay, we are not gonna fail. This record shop opens at noon and we just need to kill another hour. I'm sure of it. Okay, I see it. We're safe. We're safe. Okay, there's a shrine here with Ojizo-sama. He's the god of the children, and this is where you come, and he's right outside of this really cool part of Okaya where the sericulture, the silk makers are. And we've just arrived at Cellar Records, closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and opens at noon, and it's 11:15. And they're not closed today. Today's not a special day they're closed, so we're just early. Okay. Disaster averted. We're early. I should have checked, but I risked it. But we are going to show you this amazing record shop. Again, I featured it not that long ago, but it was worth a revisit.
What an amazing building.
Yeah, right? Okay, wait till you see this place. We'll show it again. Okay, we found one other record shop. Cellar is not going to open for another 40 minutes or so. And the other record shop called One Record Shop is about 4 or 5 miles away. We're going to go check it out and come back and visit Cellar here in just a bit. So, yeah, a new record shop. Maybe they'll let us do a little video inside to One Record Shop in Nagano. And this is Suehiro Street, maybe famous boulevard in the town of Suwa, next to Suwako. And we're gonna see if we can find a record store called One Records. And there seemed to be like quite a cool, hip sidewalk cafe where there was a bunch of cool classic cars and motorcycles and people hanging out having brunch or something. So we're gonna look like a little bit of out-of-place foreigners, I think, walking down this provincial town street, but who knows? Maybe there's, wow, look at this thing. What the heck is going on there? I don't know if the town's zoning laws have made any approvals on this building.
It kind of looks like that building in Tokyo.
Look at this place. Good grief, that is crazy. Really cool. It's a crazy DIY. Okay, One Records. Sorry, we're closed. Right?
Is it upstairs?
I don't know, that's a beautiful fucking Triumph. Dang, 750 Bonneville. She's a beauty. Nice Harley. That might be a Kawasaki Royal Enfield. Wow, there's some cool thing. Cool MG. A little Italian job. Oh, that's a Kawasaki. Yeah, that's one of their kind of sub-brands. It's pretty cool. Okay, well, the shop has got to be around here somewhere. Maybe we can ask the guys across the street. I always forget what this one's called. I want to say catamaran, but it's not catamaran. It's Cosworth. That's not it. I forget what it is. Cardamom. Blah, 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 blah. And this one's a Fiat Lancia. Look at that beauty. Beautiful little Lancer race car. A big old GS. Lancru, Prado. What a beauty. Okay, and there's a little Abarth 1000 guy over there. A beautiful little MG. Okay, where the hell is this record store? Oh, this is it. Okay. Oh, this is it. Okay, I thought it was like an antique store. Wow, this is groovy. This is really cool. Pretty like Showa Jidai. It's really cool, don't I? I think it's pretty cool. Recordhunting, isn't it? It's cool. Okay. With some art in the window. Wow, it's kind of like, looks a little bit like of the time. And wow, it's like a flower shop. Beautiful door. What a lot of details. I'm going to ask him if I can make a little video in here. It's very cool. One record shop. Okay, I'm gonna make a video. She just said that I could come in and make a video. I heard this is 100年前のパン屋さん and you're the 社長. すごい. 100年前. 何時代? How many generations? 3. Okay. かっこいい. 後で食べます. I know. So he's the proprietor of the bread shop that's across the street. It's third generation, 100 years old. And this cool old building is home to 2 businesses that are in the same shop. It is One Records and All Day Flower Shop. And Morioka-san, the lovely proprietor of the flower shop, invited me to come inside, and I just wanted to show you, like, again, the really nice details, the tile kind of Showa era, and then this beautiful door, and there's even like little details here on the door, this lovely little pattern, and this beautiful sort of wavy wood, and nice little brass fixtures. And she said it was collaborated with a design studio that's not far from here, the Japan Rebuild Center, that I was told is really cool. There's a little photo satsue booth right here. There's some original goods by artist friends of hers, and look at this. It's a flower shop with an amazing array of different flowers of all types and colors. And wow, look at these blue ones. Beautiful. And look how gorgeous these are. Those peonies? I have no idea. I should know. Those are orchid-ish roses. I'm embarrassed. I don't know better. But they're all really lovely, and they are half of this store. It's a really cool flower shop here, All Day Records. A really lovely counter with a nice marble top, and they were so nice to invite me in and explain to me that about 4 years ago they collabed with their friends at One Records, and the two of them opened up a flower shop and a record shop both in one. I've never seen this before, and it's very, very cool and nice, and lots of beautiful things all over the place, and flowers galore. What do we call this, Bryce? This is a little gazebo with dry flowers hanging on the inside, and wow, just really, really beautiful. I don't think my camera's really gonna do the colors, the color palette of this justice, but very, very nice, and a little place to come in and enjoy flowers. And then this awesome old school sofa from the 60s. Like, look at this thing. Gosh, I mean, you know, you used to see these kinds of things at the recycle stores, and nobody would dare have something like this. And now it's just like supremely cool and timeless, maybe. And it feels like you're right here at a listening station. And there's a very cool and curated record shop here with both used and new records. These, I'm gonna assume, are the less expensive records. And I can see lots of things that I don't recognize, but a really cool shop. I mean, that looks fantastic. What could that possibly be? Neil Sedaka and Paul Anka with the Japanese obi. That's pretty crazy. And then some classical and contemporary classical and some techno, house, and ambient and other sort of avant-garde titles. Slow techno, electronica, world, a really cool record, Thundercat record. Bryce pointed out to me with some cool holographic thing happening on here. Hip hop, jazz and funk, some classical collections perhaps. I saw a collection of, wow, a sealed lunchbox of Tribe Called Quest. Wow, that's got to be a treasure. And more records down here. This is going to be a pretty interesting curated collection. Butch Cassidy Sound System, Hear What I Say EP, and a handful of turntables.
And R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
Feeling on Your Booty, the remix.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Canceled R. Kelly.
Oh, no. Okay. And here's some classical box sets. Okay, cool. Golden hit pops. Okay, some interesting, peculiar stuff. I'm guessing this is the gent who started the record store, who I think has a full-time gig at another thing that he does, and this is like maybe a side project of his, and his name is Okaya-san. Thank you, Okaya-san, for having us here at One Record. Show me this awesome
So this
Meiji.
is their Meiji business card, One Record Store.
Dun, dun, dun,
It folds
dun.
out, and it comes with this little sticker.
You
It's
get a
peelable
record
sticker.
inside with a sticker. That's wicked cool.
Yeah, and it looks like they are techno, house, electronica, ambient, jazz, and world.
Okay. So very cool. A very sort of specialized record shop with records that you might recognize that I don't know so well. But I would love to visit here more frequently if I lived around these parts and enjoy the ambience of the artwork. Big record meets sheesh. What could that be? Los sueños de los otros. Do we know what that means, Bryce?
The dreams of others.
The dreams of others. Kaoru Inoue. I think I've listened to this record before. Long Voyage, Nanao Tavito, Aphex Twin, Animal Collective. Okay, some very interesting records. And like, I love the artist who's collaborating with. These forms kind of remind me of the Dogu, a character from, I think, Tohoku, that is something from the Jomon era. There's these kind of crazy characters that are part of sort of ancient history in Japan. There's a nice DJ booth here, and there's kind of peculiar, almost like alien type forms, and I'm told that these have really nothing to do with those forms, but I couldn't help but imagine seeing them, these shapes. And so it's very cool to see the forms of these sort of bulbous motif. I really dig it. I kind of want to like consider taking one home. They're really, really nice. And there's more over here. I'll just show you. Look how nice they are. They're really nice. Oh man, they're lovely. Okay, maybe they're inspired by coral and crystal. Okay, I can see some kind of, they've got a little oceany vibe to them. Here's a candelabra, and okay, some really beautiful shapes and silhouettes. And some materials perhaps for, I don't know, it's a really cool shop. And I guess the art is coming in and out of the shop with the seasons, and there's been other artists who are featured here, but I think these are long-term collaborations. But this is really groovy. This is something I don't think you're gonna find, anywhere but in Japan. A record shop in the same space as a flower shop. All day flowers and One Records that was started here in just about 4 years ago. That must have been tough, right? As the pandemic was getting going. Bryce, what's the verdict? What do you think about this shop? Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. We're still hanging out with Bryce. We're gonna be heading over to some more record shops here later in the day. We might have to check out the 100-year bakery across the street. It seems like it is the place to hang out, to see and be seen here on your vintage motorcycle, score some records, maybe some flowers for your lovely, and yeah, you can get it all here in Suwako. Morioka-san, 本当にありがとうございます. Thank you so much for having me. The lovely proprietor welcomed me into the shop, so thank you so much. I want to encourage anybody who's coming out to Nagano, and if you're coming to Suwa or Okaya or Chino or any of the small towns around Lake Suwako, put this place on your itinerary as places to go. Bryce might be scoring something. And oh, nice, Springsteen with the Obi.
Maxi single with the Obi.
Nice.
500 yen.
Okay,
$4.
can't go wrong. I'm going to go dig through the records, but I'm just going to walk you back out here once more and say, 本当にありがとう once again. Arigato. I'm going to go back in and dig for a few more records. But dang, sumimasen. Who would have thought? Suwako. It's like happening. It's going off. Some cool stuff going on here. And you know, I think this is kind of happening all over Japan. It's these people are moving back home and they're making their towns cool again. So yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be more of this. Thank you to One Records and All Day Flowers. Okay, All Day. I scored a copy of On the Cousin Lonesome Town to drive my troubles away, off the Pulp Fiction soundtrack. And Bryce scored, where are we going? We're parked on the other side of the street. We're back this way. Okay, I think we're closed. Okay, the bakery's closed, but it's the cool place to hang out, I guess maybe on a Sunday morning for brunch. They've already wrapped 12:30. It's time to head back over to Cellar and check it out. But one more look at this crazy architecture here. What is going on? Okay, I have a public service announcement. I recommend, if you aren't already watching this on double speed, put us on double or triple speed, and I promise it will be better than it is right now. Okay, signing off until we get to Cellar. Okay, timeless pop store. Another cool shop in Nagano. A cool skate shop with lots of skateboards and they have turntables in there too. Okay, groovy. Another cool place to check out if you come. Do you want to go inside?
They are open.
We can check it out. Cool, a skate shop in Nagano. I feel like I should be quiet. Maybe I will be. Okay, boogieing off. Very nice proprietor of the shop. I'm not gonna just railroad into the place. Cameras blazing, but really cool shop. Timeless Pop store. Very cool skate shop. Very friendly shopkeeper. Check it out in Suwa. He said there's a skate park in Chino in the next city over. I asked him about the skate culture around Suwako. He said not so much, but if you're a skater, come skate with them at their park. Show them some skate love. Stop at One Records and All Day Flowers. We are back, Bryce and I, at Cellar Records, this really amazing shop. I brought you before. I'm going to be mindful of the customers, and I'm not going to go in here cameras blazing, but I will get a little permission and maybe we can check out a little bit more of it. But we're going to go digging for some records, but trust that we are going to have a really good time, and I will show you a little bit more of this amazing record shop again after I get the okay from Hama-san, the owner. So long as he gives me the green light. So let's go enjoy some records. This place, we came here. We came all the way for this amazing record shop that is in this town where is famous for sericulture. That's one of the silkworm raising warehouses. This is another one that's been turned into a record store. And yeah, we've talked about, I'll link the old video in the show notes. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a nice little round two of it. So come on in and enjoy with us. Okay, we are back at Cellar Records, and we've been digging through the bins, and holy cow, it's just so nice. This record shop is just off the charts. Super, supremely cool. I've already shown you it before, and so I'm hesitant to share the entire thing again, but it's been rearranged a little bit. The carts that have the wheels on them that are so nice, and like this, all this like attention to detail, it's been moved around and reconfigured, and they just hosted their 3-year anniversary. Congratulations to Cellar Records, omedetou gozaimasu, for their 3-year kinembi. And they had a big live here with 50 to 100 people. I think there was about 100 people in the room, and there was a stage right here next to the amazing counter and bar that I shared. I'm going to link up the video, the last one that I did, so that you can check it out. And again, just like so many cool things. There's the old school rhythm machines, all these cool old books, the amazing speakers that if you didn't hear about from my last video, they're a bespoke studio, I think here not far from Oyaka, and they're designed by a craftsman here, and the amp that goes along with them right over my shoulder is also custom made specifically for this pair of speakers. And the thing that I wanted to share that I didn't actually get to spotlight on one of the last videos is something up here that you can see on the second floor. Actually, it's the innovative joist support that they've designed. It's these actual metal structures that they've used to reinforce the roof and various additions to the walls to make it more stable, and certainly in the case of earthquakes. And I think it's actually rather groundbreaking what they've done here. I read about it in an article. I didn't completely recall what I read, but I did read that this was a very big feature of the renovation of this project. They, of course, took the roof out to make this beautiful lofted ceiling. It makes for a really wonderful vibe. This, again, was a silk worm storehouse. It's where they stored silk. You can see elements of these reinforcements all around Cellar Records. And you see interesting pieces like this. I think there's a couple of easier ones to see over here with a little bit more light. I mean, this place is just off the charts exquisite. And you can see like this really robust design that I can only assume helps the 200-year-old structure that Eri-san, who is the proprietor here, who welcomed us into this space today, explained to me about. There's so many great records. I'm just like, everywhere I turn, there's like fantastic records. The prices are really reasonable, and there's old stuff, there's new stuff, there's jazz, there's reggae and Brazil records. There's an amazing book collection. You know, you've seen the amazing turntables here behind the counter, and Matthew Larkin playing right now on the turntables. Bryce is digging through the Discogs collection. If you want to check out what Cellar Records has on offer, they've got lots of records on Discogs, and they make them available here. There's some cool wall records. Bull Wacky's All Stars. Okay.
Oh, this is a great record.
And okay, all kinds of really interesting stuff. And of course the giant Tannoy speakers here in the background. What's this one?
$88.
Okay.
Fates Under Fear. Like,
okay.
real good.
Bryce is
early
finding
music.
some gems. I'm gonna dig some more. There's so much cool stuff that I found already, and again, like the prices are really reasonable, and they've got $2 records that are like good, like great, and there's probably just heaps of records. And I see in the boxes below, you know, there's lots of inventory. It probably gets turned over rather frequently. And cassette culture, there's some reel-to-reel tapes. It's just it's the coolest shop. I'm so glad that I got to come back out here again and experience this place again, just to hang out. It's so vibey, and it smells so great, right? It just smells fantastic. Really cool listening station. I shared this with you before. Awesome designer chair, little sort of special lamp here, and even like this really cool place where you put your records, something that looks a little bit like homemadey. Very cool. The Tascam cassette deck, Technics 1200. Again, like an artist who Hama-san was really connected to a famous artist. I'm gonna space his name, and dun, 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 dun. It's just like the coolest shop ever. I think it goes down in the record books as one of the coolest shops in all of Japan. They really, really know how to do it here. I am telling you. Okay, I am going to go enjoy the rest of my shopping experience here. I want to get a comment from Bryce. Bryce, Cellar Records, what's the final verdict?
Hands down, the coolest record shop I've ever been to. Okay. For real.
Hands down, the coolest record shop you've ever been to.
I've been to a lot of them.
Okay, I have to agree. It's pretty good. So yeah, be encouraged to get off the beaten path and come out to Nagano. Okaya is a really groovy place. We visited another record shop, and I think there's probably heaps. I'm going to ask him about maybe a nice place to have some lunch. Maybe we'll even do an onsen. Who knows? But this is our little record store adventure. More to come, but I'm going to go digging in Cellar Records. Eri-san, thank you so much for hosting us again. 本当にありがとうございます. We love Cellar Records. 大ファンです. Amazing! A fucking amazing trip to Cellar Records. 本当にありがとうございます. So much fun. Number one record shop. You gotta come. 本当にありがとう. I got a t-shirt coming. It's got the stickers. Tokyo Record Style represent in the house. Bryce got some records. I got some records. We're stoked. We're very, very happy. And Shohei-san, Hara-san, he's doing a live tonight in Tokyo with Meiji-era-san at WWD in Shibuya. They're doing a live tonight, so he's not here tonight. And all the t-shirts and all the good stuff is down in Tokyo. And if I hadn't been playing all day with Bryce, I would definitely be going to that live with our homie Koff on bass. And but it'll have to be next time. We got to eventually get back to the family obligations. But thank you. 本当にありがとうございます. We'll see you on the next trip to Cellar Records. ありがとう. さよなら. Bye bye. Wow, yabai. Okay, Bryce.
Very cool.
Very cool to show. Worth the trip, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool shop. Hold on, you gotta stay right here.
Okay.
I gotta go get my camera.
Oh,
We're gonna do a Tokyo Record Style, a proper Tokyo Record Style shot here.
Okay.
We'll pause it.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do Bryce's Tokyo Record Style portrait for the official website and blog. So he went to get his camera. He's got his Leica camera. He's taking some photos of the shop with the Leica, and I'm gonna add his mug to the Tokyo Record Style project. Dude, love it. Coming in. Hold on. Let's do this. Dude. Nice. Yeah, man. Cellar Records. Yeah, I'm very excited. Cellar Records is Stellar Records. Yeah, dude. That's a good shirt, man. They designed the, it's a buddy of theirs who did the design. And I asked him about it, and I said, what's the, he didn't really have a whole lot of answer for it. But wow, what a shot. What a cool shot. The cross up on the top is number 10. The cross is number 10. And that is the 10th warehouse. And this one, I'm told, is this one was, they made sake here, a brewery of sorts, and it is number 5. That's the Japanese for number 5 for up there. And I wish I could read these kanjis, but yeah, number 10 and 5, and maybe, I don't know, maybe number 3 and 1 and 2 were over here and they're gone, and 5 and 10 are the last 2 remaining, but very cool. Cellar Records, thank you so much. We had a blast. And I think we're going to kind of motor our way back-ish to Tokyo so we can be back at a reasonable family hour. Maybe get a little bite on the way, we'll see. Let's reconnect and find out what we're going to do. All right, so join us on the rest of this ride home and the rest of this journey. We're having fun, a lot of fun, good times. We are doing one cultural visit at the Shinto shrine. I'm gonna get it wrong again, but Suwa Taisha Akimiya. It's a shrine that was recommended to us by the lovely folks at Cellar Records. And this is where she said we should come visit, and this is where she's gonna make her children's 357 ceremony. A lovely shrine here up in the forest, coming up on the hillside of Suwa and Chino. Really lovely place, really nice.
You should probably explain what the 357 is.
The 357 is the coming of age ceremony. It's the Shichi Go San. Shichi is 7, Go is 5, and San is 3. It's the Shichi Go San ceremonies that children, typically girls, celebrate at 3 years old and 7 years old, and boys celebrate at 5 years old. And it's an opportunity for them to get dressed up in a kimono, visit the local shrine, be blessed by the monk. The parents have a little sip of sake. The monk comes and blesses them, and it's kind of an adorable day of, coming of age. So we're just here. And I want to be mindful of the other people at the shrine. And wow, the momijis are coming out. And it's very nice to be here. And I got a little side eye from the old timers who are looking at me saying, this loud gaijin is coming in here, disturbing our peace and quiet in our beautiful shrine. And I want to come and take Eri-san's recommendation and check this place out. Oh, this is one of those places with the enormous ropes. That's really cool. Okay. I know the momijis are changing, the Japanese maple trees, and look at this. It's so beautiful. Wow. Stunning. Do you have color film, Bryce? Yeah. Okay, good.
F400.
There you go. Wow, it's really nice. Okay, so it looks like it's a little bit under construction. This might be the outer ceremonial hall where maybe you're coming and checking in and getting your maybe kimono set. They might have a photo studio in here, and over here I can see this is the kanji for te. This is the for hand. This is the kanji for water, and this is the obviously like the kanji for house, and this is. It's telling us that the place to wash our hands, whoa, cool, is right here. Okay. So the cool dragons. Wow, really cool. So the way that you do this is you scoop up with the ladle and you wash your, here, I'll show you. You take the ladle and you wash with, oh, it's hot spring water. I've never seen that before. It's hot spring water. And then you wash your other hand, and then you touch it to your lips, and I think you can generally trust that you're not going to get. And then you wash the ladle off, and then you put it back for the next person. It's very cool. And then, Bryce, let's walk through here real quick. This looks really cool. There's the giant concrete lanterns. And, oh man, I'm such a bad Japanese guest. I always forget the names of all these little bits and bobs, but this is the place where you can come and write your well wishes on a, whatever this is called. Forgive me for not remembering what it is, but it's these little wood planks. Do you know, Bryce? I can't remember, but it's very, very cool. And they've done an amazing little canopy here, a little pavilion. And hinoki, yeah, this very beautiful, precious wood. And it's the year of the horse, I think. And people have written their well wishes on here, and the priest will come and bless these. And people are praying for their family. They're praying for good grades at school. They're praying for safe delivery of a new member of their family. Maybe they're praying for health and all kinds of various things. And when you're back in Tokyo, you can often actually read them because there's lots of English people who write, English writers, English speakers who write their wishes and their good intentions. And here's maybe, are we in the year of the snake or the year of the horse? I've kind of forgotten. And then these are the Senbon Tsuru, 1,000 paper cranes. And we talked about this a little bit on our way up here. These are each individual paper cranes, and each one of these strands is 100 or maybe 50 or something, but altogether there's 1,000 of them, and they string them together. And it was made actually in honor of a teacher from Hiroshima. There was a famous grade school teacher who was sick with cancer from the atomic fallout, and she wanted to, on her deathbed, wanted to make a 10,000 cranes, and she as a prayer for peace, and she couldn't quite make all 1,000 of them or 10,000 of them, Senbon Tsuru, 1,000 of them, and so her students finished the origamis for her, the origami folded paper cranes, and as a testament to her legacy and for her intention for peace. And now school kids all around the world will do make paper cranes once a year to try to, put out a good intention of peace and in the spirit of her legacy. So that is the 1,000 origami paper crane tradition, Senbon Tsuru. And wow, we are coming up on the main shrine. Holy smokes. This is amazing. Very cool. I'm glad we came here. Okay, I can see the chrysanthemum. This is right when the people are bringing their chrysanthemums to show off. The local gardeners and those who are sort of keen to flex their green thumb bring out either the bonsai trees that they made. Oh, let's go have a quick look at them. They're all out there. It's very cool. And this is Shisa. Shisa is the half dog, half lion that is the protector and guardian of the shrine. And Maybe they each have a unique name that I should know about, but these are actually like the biggest shisas I've ever seen. Holy smokes. And I got to know better about this, but this is the traditional Japanese rope that is made from the thresh from the rice harvest, and it's amazing. It's really, really spectacular. I think it's particularly famous in Nagano. And Nagano, of course, is a place where they grow a lot of rice, and it's famous for its rice. And I think there's numerous shrines and temples that feature the rice ropes that are hung from the shrines. So this is really cool. Again, this is Suwa Taisha Akimiya, and I'm very happy to be here and sharing it with you. So I'm gonna go do a little 5 yen intention and put out some good vibes into the ether, and hope that the music loving gods and the family loving gods and the children taking care of and the fathership and the good health gods are all smiling upon us all. So I'll just set this here while I go do my bit. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, one walk around the place.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, let's go look at the charms.
Yeah, we can go look at the Omamori. Oh, there's no cameras, it says over there. So I want to be mindful of that. But this is going to be the booth where you can go buy some Omamori, some good luck charms, and there might be some specific sort of talisman, various sort of lucky charms, basically, that you can put on your backpack or put on your keychain, and they can bring you good luck. And this is also where you might buy the little wood block that you print your good intentions on. And yeah, the Shinto shrine. I mean, this one doesn't have the brass, oxidized patinaed copper roof. This one's actually made of rice. The thrash, I think, from thrush. What is that called? Thresh from the rice fields. And it looks like maybe this could be 100, 200, 300 years old. And I'm guessing that is the ancient shrine, which is maybe more like 600, or I can tell it looks a little bit older. And the chrysanthemums, Japan, the imperial throne is the chrysanthemum throne. And these are, I think, people who are growing their chrysanthemums and coming to show them off and for the kami-sama. And I can see that over here are the bonsai trees. Wow, look at this.
That's amazing.
Wow. Look at that.
That's incredible.
Wow, that is amazing. Wow, look, and it's blooming. Every little amazing. And these have got to be who knows how old these are. These could be 50 years old.
Oh, this one is blooming over here.
Wow. Oh, look at that one. Okay. I don't know well about bonsai, but they're just, the art of Japanese horticulture, small tree, wabi-sabi, tree making. I don't even know how to describe it. You know bonsai. Everybody knows bonsai from the Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi was a bonsai master. But it's the art of pruning the tree so that it grows intentionally and slowly and perfectly. And more chrysanthemums. Wow. Look at that. Wow. That's just absolutely incredible, right? Wow. Mother Nature.
I wonder if those bonsai trees are the same plant as this kamon.
Yeah, good question. The mark of the shrine. I don't know. It's a good question. Look at the detail of all this woodworking. I'm told that this is like it's an art that we're losing. The craftsmen who make these amazing gates are dying. And wow, it's just really, really cool. Yeah, all the chrysanthemums, the purple. I mean, I don't know, maybe this is not of interest to you, but I love coming here. I love coming to the Shinto shrine. It's very, very calming. And centering. The giant pine trees, the stone path, the serenity of the quiet forest. It's very, very zen. So, yeah. Suwa Taisha Akimiya. Very beautiful shrine. If you come to Suwako and to Okaya and Cellar Records and All Day Flowers and One Record Shop, I think I can highly recommend you come here as well. A very nice cultural stop on our record store adventure. And the monk is beating the drum right now. There's a family in there celebrating maybe the first visit of their child, first visit to the shrine. Omiya Mairi. Bryce, we got to do a selfie to send to, just for a memento, but also to send a thank you to our friends at Cellar Records. Hold on.
Let's
Do
get
one.
the selfie in here. Does that
Nice.
work?
Yeah, one for me too. You can, oh, it's great. It's good. It's good. We'll roll with
My
it.
horizon's not straight.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. One and done. Okay, nice cultural stop, eh?
Very nice. Very cool.
Very cool.
Straightening my horizon. It's driving me nuts.
Okay. Okay. Photographers. Yeah, very cool. Okay. Man, I love it. It's nice, dude. Send it along. All right, well, that concludes our cultural visits, I would say. And I think we probably have one more pit stop, maybe a service area, maybe something will catch our eye, who knows. But thanks for joining a little trip to the shrine.
Very cool.
Very cool. Wow, man, very nice indeed. Very beautiful. Landscaping? I don't even want to call it landscaping. It's like garden artistry.
Yeah.
Incredible, right? And even this, look at this. It's like, even that is just... Wow. Oh, and that tree has got to be the blessed tree of the shrine. That's where the Kami-sama lives, inside the giant tree. And the big torii gate, and you walk through, and you do one last one of these, and yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. And there's the Sando that goes all the way down into the city. This road leads all the way up to the shrine. And there's outer gardens and outer shrines, and here's a lovely pond. And when all of this turns to gold and red and yellow, oh, and there's some cranes. I thought those were actual real cranes, but there's some crane statues out there.
Some koi in there. Oh, there's some koi.
Okay, some koi fish in the pond over here. You see, I'm so happy about Bryce's shirt. The human algorithm. That's what we're all about. The human algorithm. What people are listening to on the streets. Very nice. You guys come to Japan. It's so nice. It's so lovely. I want to bring my family back here. Really, really nice. Suwa. Wonderful. It's going very long, I know. But I hope you're enjoying. And I hope you'll consider coming to Japan and maybe letting me bring you on a trip all the way to Suwa, and we can have some snacks or some souvenirs at one of these little stands and enjoy the peace and quiet of this lovely little mountain village. Did you get a shot? A koi? Did you get a shot?
I got a shot at the pond.
You got the koi. You didn't get the koi. Okay.
Koi are
Next time. They're elusive. Okay, they're the dark ones. No orange koi. You'll have other chances, Bryce. Don't worry. Okay, we're back in Okubo. This trip has finally come to an end. It was an unforgettable journey.
It was
really,
awesome.
Really fun.
Great.
We had a great time.
Yeah, great.
Nagano, Okaya, Suwako, all day flowers, one record store, and Cellar Records. Half a dozen or a dozen records, a couple of truck stop meals, a couple of t-shirts. We got Osoroi t-shirts. Mine's coming in the mail. Bryce got his. I just want to say thank you, Bryce, for an amazing day. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
It was absolutely incredible. We got to do it again.
Absolutely.
It was super, super fun.
And book a tour with this guy. If you're on the fence about it, just do it.
Do it.
I know.
Do it. I know my stuff.
He knows.
Come. There were so many good records. So many good records. I was flipping through the records being like, oh, so-and-so would love this. Oh, so-and-so would love this. So many good jazz records. So many good ambient records. It was really, really, really fun. I just can't wait till the next time you come back, and till the next time one of you come and get to sit in the passenger seat like Bryce did all day today. So I had a great time. It was like one of the greatest days ever. And so thanks, Bryce, for representing Tokyo Record Style. Really fun. I'm gonna say bye to him, and I'll say bye to you guys. And until next time, see you at the record store. Bye.